Posted reality, y'all. Yup. Hey, bro, what's good?
What's up, man? How you doing? You all
I'm
right
chilling.
today?
I'm chilling, Jay. Man, look, I want before I even get my mouth running, you gotta break it down. I want you to tell everybody where you from, bro. Tell me like where you come from, your background. Give me a little introduction about who Mr. J is.
Well, man, I'm from Center, Texas, bro. I kind of grew up in Houston, back and forth. My daddy from Bowman, so
You see how the mic's here and you're talking like this?
Mm-hmm.
so let me see right.
Otherwise, it's gonna be very faint.
Oh yeah, you said be direct to the mic, but yeah, I got you. That's better. That's better. But want me to start over?
You can go straight into the question.
But shit, um, I'm from Center, Texas though. My pops from Bowman. I grew up in Center, Texas. I was raised down there. I moved with my pops when I was 18, and from there I went to the military. You know what I'm saying? We went on a little adventure, man. Like went on what happened, what they call life, bro. Like
Okay.
yeah, it was pretty crazy, but I'm here. I'm living and I'm good. So
That's
what's
what's
up
up.
with it, man?
Oh man, I'm good. Shit. Now you said you was in the military. I did a little bit of homework. Seems to me like people was saluting you, bro, when you was out there in the military.
No,
Like
I wouldn't
what?
say that. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I was in the military. I got the props of it, but I wasn't one of those people that was just
But what was life like?
mainstream, like who, that was just getting respect. I was in the background, kind of.
What made you want to do it? What made you want to go into that field? Because
Honestly,
it's not
honestly,
for
bro,
everybody.
I didn't want to go to college, to be real. So I was like, if I'm not
Oh,
gonna go to college, I'm not just gonna sit around and not do nothing. I was smoking, chilling with dudes that was getting into stuff I shouldn't have been getting into. So my mama moved me with my pops, and once I moved up there, it wasn't the same because he wasn't going for all that. So it was like, you gonna do this or you gonna do that, and
so
I
that's what.
did that. You know what I'm saying? And it was for the better. It helped me out.
That's
I
what's
got a
up.
son out of it. I got benefits out of it. And it put me in a position to mature and be more disciplined. So
For sure.
it
So you
helped me
telling
out.
me military, you get benefits out of it,
Right.
like like internal. You know what I'm saying? Internal and external.
Mentally, you get them mentally and physically, or mentally and financially, if you want to say like. It's all about how you play the game, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You got to play it like chess, not checkers.
If you had to go back, would you?
No, nah, I wouldn't go back. Can't go back.
For sure, because
Can't go back.
I knew you wouldn't, because it's all about freedom. It's how I
Yeah,
look at it.
yeah.
Let's keep it 100. I mean, I got family that's in the military, and I thought about it, but at the same time, like, I knew it wasn't for me. Like,
Nah.
I'm
I
a,
mean, I ain't gonna lie. It's for me, bro. But at a point, you gotta realize that you gotta be for yourself. Like you can't put something ahead of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And for 3 years straight, I was putting something ahead of myself. Like every day, I'm doing field missions and all this shit, and I ain't realizing I'm not progressing my life. I'm progressing in the military, but outside of it, I ain't doing shit. Cause I know someday I'm gonna want to get out of this. But
so what was it like? You was in the army,
yeah, I was in the army.
so you started out basic training. How you get through that?
It's
A lot
a
of people
mind
quit.
game, bro. Like when you first get there, they make it seem cool. Like you just gonna have a smooth, you know what I'm saying? Then one day, y'all all group up, line up, whatever you want to call it, where you at, call the processing station. But y'all all line up, and it's like all your drill sergeants come, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they pick out the group. They start calling your names out and shit. So you gotta You got, man, it's basically like hell because they really they do it on purpose. Like you put your bags down, you don't realize where you put your bag down. You just dropped it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back and get it with all this chaos around you. People doing push-ups, people doing jumping jacks, all kind of shits, man. But you gotta be focused, bro. Because that whole first week, I ain't gonna lie, they was making us do push-ups, sit-ups, and shit. And if you wasn't physically fit or if you wasn't physically ready, you know what I'm saying, it was gonna break you. It broke a lot of people. Like I seen dudes get up and just stand up and get yelled at crying because they wouldn't do push-ups. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
So that
crazy.
is that what it is? It's
Yeah,
just
and they
like
say the military
that's
is
what it
softer
is.
now. They say, like, my pops was like, shit, back then, if you did that, bro, you just got punched on or some kind of weird, you know what I'm saying? But he was in the Marines, so, you know,
Oh,
they was on
level
a
with
whole
that.
nother level. But I ain't gonna get into that because ain't my position. But for
Yeah.
me, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. And honestly, it just I looked at it like I was getting paid to work out and shit. Cause every day you wake up, you go on a run, you go on to do stuff that you don't really even
How
much
many miles you run?
a day.
Cause mm-hmm.
You run everywhere you go.
Tell
In
everybody how
basic
many
training,
miles. Yeah, how many
you
miles you
run
go.
everywhere you go. It's not how many miles you run. You run everywhere you go. That's not you run everywhere you go. Real talk. You don't stop that until you get out of it depends on how your AIT platoon sergeants is. To be honest, they might be cool, they might not. So it depend. You might have to run everywhere you go in AIT too, but basic for sure. You run everywhere you go. You don't walk. It's not. It's
Golly.
nothing about walking in there, man. It's nothing about walking in there.
Crazy, bro. I mean, but you say that what you got out of it was discipline. You got some structure out of it. What's the worst thing that you that you
Worst thing I got out
yeah
of it.
that you had to go through or
The worst thing I had to go through,
your experience?
bro. I had to do this 12-mile rook, like this 12-mile rook march with an 80-pound bag on my back, and I was like in full hull mode, like full combat. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my armor place on, bruh. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was for this course called Air Assault, right? Had to walk it in a certain amount of time, and that shit was just it was treacherous, bro. It was
See,
treacherous,
it's like your body. I know I ain't crazy. Your body is telling you, stop,
bro. You'll
stop.
be surprised what you can do with a pack of gummy worms and a bottle of water, bro, or a canteen of water. You'll be surprised at what you can do, man. Your body can do some crazy things when you push it to that limit. Like you just gotta you just gotta be mentally strong. That's like I said, bro, it's more of a mind game, man, cause you know, the more you can do, you just showing yourself how strong you are.
So that's why I really feel like I had to get you on here because I'm gonna tie that into the mental health situation.
Right.
Now, before you even ask me, I'm big on mental health, right? I'm big on it because I realized only until recently, okay, not maybe not even then, but I've always felt like I've had this feeling like, damn, conversations do matter. You know what I'm
Yeah, for
saying? A lot of
sure.
the things that aren't tangible,
Right.
you walk,
I mean,
you
just
go with
being
it.
able to express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Being able to show who you are. That matters sometimes because, you know, everybody's story don't get to be told. And some people go through a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? Like some people go through way worse than what we going through on a daily basis. So you
I'm
just
bringing
got to
on
appreciate it.
untold stories. I'm bringing on untold stories, meaning like people who you don't get to hear about.
Right.
Not everybody gets to have the spotlight.
For
So
sure.
this is to me this basic interaction that we having is better than regular TV because let me
Yeah.
tell you something. All right, check it out. Mental health. Everybody know it's important, right? All right. I'm big on it, but only because you got mental health, but then you got mental illness. Everybody goes through something, right? Everybody knows that. We all go through something, right? So I'm gonna use an example. There's always a negative connotation that's attached to mental illness. For example, Uvalde shooting. All right.
Right.
So what happened out there was it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a kid that for whatever reason, in his mind he felt like he had to do what he did. So
I don't want to get into politics, but yeah, you got a kid that's doing that, but you also got people that didn't protect how they were supposed to. So
that speaks to their mental health.
That's a seesaw. You know what I'm saying? Because
It
people gonna look
speaks.
at it from both ways. Like you can't stop school shootings, but you can. You know, like how it keep happening, but y'all don't know what's happening. And then with all the details to that story, like if you know about the story, to the people that do, it don't make sense as to how that happened. And
How did it happen? How did you let it happen?
right.
But what were you thinking? What was you thinking? You see what I'm saying? Where were they at from a mental health perspective? Now I understand from you got sheep, and then you have wolves, and then you got sheepdog. And sheepdog protect sheep.
Yeah,
Somebody got to protect, right?
for sure.
So everybody already has this like intuition of survival instinct, right? So when something like that happens, like you said, it can happen at any time. That's the truth. You might call 911, but it takes time, right? So with that particular situation, you got officers who were at the corner of the building. You can see it on the news.
Right.
They just chilling. It's like they waiting on the key. You telling me you waiting on a key to enter a classroom door, knowing what's going on for an hour. For an hour, bro. I don't got no military experience. I don't got no, you know what I'm saying, like experience. I'm not an expert, but I know for a fact if that's what you signed up to do, you could have did a better job.
Yeah, but the cops and the military is two different things. Cause in the military with a mission that you directed to do, that's your objective. Like, go handle that. Like, the cops is really just there to maintain situations. They not there to handle situations because they never handle situations correctly, in my opinion. But they just there to maintain a situation until somebody
But see, they hire
gets the
police
composure
off
for
the
it.
street.
Right.
Nowadays, in my area nowadays, like the way I see it, they do. They
They people like us, bro.
yeah.
They people like us. But difference is we don't have the power that they do, so we can't walk around and just act like, hey, do what I say or my way or the highway. Like you can't do that.
They got good police officers. There are some good police officers. There's some police officers that's real good, community oriented. But then you got guys like I say that get hired straight off the street, meaning that they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They fell into the job. Some people
Yeah.
just fall into stuff. So
Yeah. I mean, I kind of fell into the military, and it worked out for me. Like
for the good.
as I was going through my process, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I ran into some bumps, but I still ended up coming out on top. You feel what I'm saying? I got my CDLs out of it. I got benefits out of it. I didn't even pay for my CDLs, bro. The military paid for that. Like, it's a lot to going into the military. Like, even if I wouldn't have went because my pops went, they would have paid for my college. You know what I'm saying? And then me staying in Tennessee, I got a year of free college just for being a Tennessee citizen. There's all kinds of stuff that happened just for me going to the military, and I benefited from it, bro. Like, it helped me out. I got a VA loan that I ain't even used yet. I can go buy a whole house right now, but
Nice.
I'm trying to get my credit right. So,
Seems to me
that
like-
process, yeah, just take time, man. Gotta be smooth, be slow.
I was gonna say, like, it seemed to me you know what you're doing, and you're doing it right. You feel me? Like Don't be the whole purpose about mental health is you ain't supposed to, ignore it.
Right.
Some things you gotta open up on and be like, all right, why do I think like this? So back on why I think it's a big deal. All right, you got what happened in Uvalde, and you got to understand not only was the dude who was doing the shooting, clearly he's mentally ill, but you
Right.
got to think about all the people that were supposed to do their job. What were they thinking? So mental illness has a negative stigma attached to it. When you think about it, it's like this. All right, TV, social media, the way that we portray mental illness, we portray mental illness as someone who, got maybe a violent or a dangerous nature attached to them.
Right.
They're more likely to commit violence.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily true, and the reason why I say this is because we all go through stuff, bro. We all aren't on a mental health, you know what I'm saying, medium.
Right.
To where we supposed to be feeling like, all right, nobody can sit here and be like, I got it together. You know what I'm saying? You might have it more together than this guy, but look at where you started from.
Facts.
Look at the resources that you have. It's a cultural power that's attached to how people look at.
If you look at it, most people that go through stuff like that and do stuff like that, they got bullied, pick on. You know what I'm saying? Something triggered them to do that, and it's most likely stem from poverty or the not having. You know what I'm saying?
Lack.
The lacking of. You feel what I'm saying? Like they might not have the personality that the people that's bullying them have. They can have the shoes on. You know what I'm saying? There's people that have had everything in life that a person wants and still commit suicide from bullying. You know what I'm saying?
But see, I'm gonna add to that too. So you gotta understand, we're not doing this right. We're not doing this right. We're identifying the problem. Okay, yeah, you got this person who's done this deplorable act of violence. You feel me? Like, so now you have to address, you know what I'm saying, not only why it happened, but why does it happen, to begin with.
Right.
You feel me? So like, okay, it's like mental illness is depression. Mental illness is, like basically isolating yourself from interaction.
Would you say mental illness is ADHD is a mental illness?
Yep.
I had that.
Yep.
I had that. I took medicine for that, and I'll honestly say that affect people, bro. Like it affect your social upbringing. Cause me coming up, I distance myself a lot. Cause
See what I'm saying?
I took medicine every morning, so I was doped up in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm coming to school and I'm just quiet till like 12, 1 o'clock because I got too much energy. And I felt like, not to say nothing to shame my parents, but I feel like you don't put a child on drugs just to keep them from having high energy. You don't say that they don't pay
But
attention.
you're supposed to channel that energy.
Yeah, you supposed to figure
Not
out a way
supposed
to
to
use
suppress
that energy. You
and just
don't
ignore
you don't
it.
just put him on drugs and you feel what I'm saying, go on about the day like, okay, he took his medicine. Like, you know what that's doing? Like that dude that child is sitting there thinking
but they're not
about
supposed to look at you, not to cut you out, they're not supposed to look at you like you are someone who's to be isolated from. You see what I'm saying?
No, it's not being looked at like that. They looking at it like I'm helping him by putting him I'm helping them, her, by putting them on this medicine because they energy is not they not using their energy right. When in reality, I'm a child, so I don't know how to just I just know I got a lot of energy, so I want to bounce around. But as a adult, now that I have a child, I see that you supposed to learn how to channel that energy. Cause in my opinion, I feel like my son would have ADHD, quote unquote, because I don't feel like that's real. You know what I'm saying? Like my son would have ADHD because he's high energy, bro. Like he wake up early and he bouncing off the wall, spinning around, like But that's not.
Why can't it be a good thing?
Yeah,
Because
like why don't you take him
you
to the
supposed to be
take him
acting.
outside, take him to the park, wake up and go do something with him. Don't wake up and give him this pill so you can go back to sleep or you can go on about your day and he just sitting there.
It's a cultural power, and that
Yeah.
cultural power, a
And
part of it
bro,
is
people don't
sedate.
realize that,
So,
but that go into effect with people using opiates. That go into effect with people smoking, doing all kinds of drugs because you already doped up as a kid, and they don't realize how many kids was put on ADHD and ADD, bro. That messed up the world, fam. Like
like,
it kinda go into why drug abuse is so, bro. That's why look at how I generate. We depressed. What happens when
well, you
you
got
take
suicides.
opiates and you take pills growing up?
Yeah.
You come into a depression state, bro. And imagine all the rappers and all the singers that's depressed. Like everybody depressed, bro.
Everybody,
Everybody depressed.
everybody is, but that's crazy because like, if you think about it, every celebrity, every famous person, their child got it bad. Like you got this person, like say your parent was famous, somebody that's well known,
Right.
like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, but your children, you know what I'm saying? I wonder because, like I said, if you really think about it, almost every child virtually got issues, got some real issues because when everything is handed to you, when people treat you like a god from an early age,
Right.
you're shown so much fake love. You feel me? Like because it's just they know you. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's giving you a chance to reach your actual potential, to be challenged, to go through adversity like you went through, and now you're a better person for it. You feel me? Because you had the opportunity to work on your mental state of mind. You had to go through
real.
some challenges in your life.
Like, yeah, I went through a lot, bro.
You know what
To
I'm
say
saying?
that, yeah.
And I didn't have situations where I go viral and I'm saying I don't want to talk about life unless I'm taking a shit or whatever. But we all
Right.
know at the end of the day, if you ain't working on yourself, you ain't working on
Hey.
yourself.
Hey, if you ain't working on yourself, you not doing nothing, bro. Like, it's people out there that had low times, and right now, how the world set up, all this the prices of stuff is increasing, so you not having a stable income or increasing income, you kind of at the bottom of the, like
You out of there.
yeah,
It's messed up too because
Yep.
I'm blessed with the job I got. And I realize even still I find myself running into people saying, man, y'all hiring?
Yeah. And bro, people don't realize, but a lot of people don't work. Real like it's not a lot of people that just get up it's don't get me wrong, people got jobs, bro. But it's a lot of people that don't work, that you know what I'm saying, don't do nothing. They just sit
You
at
saying
home.
you saying like because they don't want to, or you saying like
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, some of them living off assistance, dependents, you know what I'm saying? But it's a lot that don't go to work every day like us. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we end up in situations where cars get stole, people getting robbed, and that type of.
people don't got
Because
it.
people feel like if I got to get up, if they got to get up, if they can get up and go get that, I can take that from them. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not right, people got that in their mind. Like, just because this person did this, I can do that.
I,
You know what I'm saying?
where is this coming from? Because I know, you know what I'm saying. I mess with you, so I
Yeah, I
know
mean,
you didn't went through some.
right,
Tell everybody about that car situation, bro.
man.
Like
My car got stole like 2 months ago, bro. My car got stole like 2 months ago. I go to the same store, go to every day. You know what I'm saying? It's a Sunday night. Me and my brother was smoking. I slid to the store, went to Subway, get something to eat, left my car crunk, but I locked the door. So I'm thinking, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I go in Subway, I come out, my car still sitting there. Then I go in the little store because it's connected. So I go into the other store, grab some gauze, come back out, my car gone. You know what I'm saying? There's glass on the ground, but I already knew what happened, but it's like, damn. So I hit the laws up, call them, hey, my car got stole, dude. They pull up. I hit my brother up. Man, come school me. You know what I'm saying? He on spot. But
To go
you know what
through
I'm
that.
saying?
Come
The
on, bro.
detective, like the detective, I ain't even gonna say he did his job, bro, cause it's crazy how I found my car. I found my car on TikTok. You know what
Damn.
I'm saying? Like I'm at work. I'm in Silsby, bro. I'm at work. I'm sitting in the truck and I just so happen to get on TikTok and scroll. Buddy dancing in front of my car. I'm like, hold on, bro. I hit his page. So I scroll up one video, literally one video. I slide up and I see my car and I'm like, man, let me hit him up. So hit him up and I just so happened to, me and bro grew up together, like same street. We stayed right across from each other. I didn't even follow him on TikTok, fam. Like he just popped up on my For You page and I hit him up and I was like, hey, take a picture of that car, whoop-de whoop. Man, this car was 2 miles away from where they stole my car. Window was busted. Now, remind you, bro, I had some Cartier frames in my glove compartment. These shoes I had on was in the trunk. Like, it was a lot in that car to steal. They ain't steal nothing but my work phone.
Wow.
All that stuff. I had money sitting in the glove compartment that was still sitting in there. And I
Jay,
don't know if they
why,
just
Jay?
wanted a
Why,
ride
Jay?
or
Why?
what, but I
Why?
never figured
Why,
out.
Jay?
I don't know,
Shit.
man, but
Golly, bro. Come
it
on,
was
bro.
crazy, man. It was crazy, and it was just like, damn. I found my shit 3 weeks later, bro. And then when I found my car, I had to go to court for the tow fees because the police towed my car saying the insurance on it because I made a claim. Like, if I didn't make a claim, bro, I'd have been fucked. But because I made a claim, yeah, they gonna switch over ownership because I made that claim until it's found. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I didn't go through with the payout. I never got paid anything.
But you're carless, so how did that work out for you? I know you
Being
ended up in
carless,
another. You know what I mean?
I mean, I could have got a rental, bro, but I was gonna have to pay a deductible, and it was like, well, I'm gonna pay my car note for this rental when I can just pay my car note and hopefully find my car. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had hope that my car was still in one piece. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
crazy.
said my car was around. I said my car was close. I didn't know where it was, but I said my car
So
was
when
close.
you pulled up, like what was going through your mind? What did you do when you? How did you get
bro,
it back?
it was just a normal day. I was kind of high. I've been drinking a little bit, so when I pulled up, I'm not thinking like, oh, somebody about to hop in my car. You know what I'm saying? I looked around. There wasn't nobody around, but I didn't really just check the scene out. Like,
It was 10 a.m.
no, 10 p.m., 8
10
p.m.,
p.m.
8
Oh,
p.m., 8 p.m.,
okay.
8 p.m. The laws didn't show up till like 8:20. I called them at 8:05.
So that much time.
And I had my keys in my pocket, bro. That's the only thing that saved me. I'm gonna be honest. I think if I wouldn't have my keys in my pocket, they would have took off with my car and it'd have
They
vanished.
would have had the
It'd
whole.
have vanished, bro. It'd have vanished. But it was crazy though. I got my car back in one piece and I'm about to get a new paint job out of it. So
Bet.
you know what I'm saying? Just gotta look at it from the positive. Like, it could have been worse. I could have had a fucked up axle. They could have took the wheels off my shit. They could have, you know what I'm saying, took everything that was in my car. My license was in my car, fam. My birth certificate was in my car, fam. They didn't touch nothing in my car. I just thank God, because,
It ain't
bro, I
nothing
could be
but
scammed
yeah.
right now. Like, somebody else could be living my life right now.
It ain't nothing
With
but
my
God.
car and
For
everything. With my car and
real.
everything. My insurance, my tags. Like, come on, man. They have my license and my birth certificate, bro. He could have been a whole alias if he wanted to. But he was a dummy. And I thank God he was a dummy, because
Just
I was slipping. I was really slipping. I shouldn't have did that. And I got my window fixed.
let's see, we all guilty of that though. I'm gonna tell you right now, plenty of times I left my car running, went to the store, went wherever. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, but
it's messed up. They had to.
it might be where you stay at. I know where I stay at. I can't do that. So I shouldn't have did that. You feel what I'm saying? I
feel
was
you.
slipping. I can't be like, I can't judge people, because where I stay at, you have to be a little judgmental. Not saying you just gotta judge a person up and down, but if you go in the store and it's 3 to 4 niggas standing outside, you're not gonna leave your car crunk. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
you, that's just having common sense. But being under the influence, you know what I'm saying? You just feeling good. You might not judge them. You might be like, they just some cool dudes.
That's
Go in the
cool
store.
that you got your car back. Like, and you're right. It ain't nobody but God, cause that's most people like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the car theft rate, but
Man, that shit
it
happen
goes on.
often.
It goes on.
That shit
Huh?
happen often. People cars come up missing all the time, bro. Real
That's
talk.
crazy.
More than we think about it, and it happen right in front of your face. They'll steal your car and put temp tags on it. Be riding around. You don't even know. You don't even know. You just like, damn, my car
Golly.
gone.
Would you say that you are like a spiritual person or a materialistic person? What's more of you? Like, would you say you're more like
I'm
about the
more of the
things?
soul. I'm more into soul, bro. Energy.
Okay.
Like I do believe in God. Don't get me wrong, but I'm more into what you put out is what you get back. So
Only reason why I ask because like for you to go through that, you didn't got your house kicked in.
yeah,
You didn't have to experience that. Then you got your car stolen.
right.
You feel me? Like you still
I
gotta.
mean, but with that, bro, I feel like again, that's where I stay at. People take certain things happening one kind of way. So if you got traffic coming in and out your house, people gonna look at that one kind of way. You feel what I'm saying? Especially when you stand around people that do that on a
That type of.
everyday basis. So if I got people coming in and out my house every day, you gonna feel like it's something in there, or you gonna feel like something is being moved in and out of there. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna want it. And
So it's a fine line between being isolated, going against the social norm, staying away from
right.
people versus you got people, you
I
feel me
mean, bro,
that
when
you
I don't see, I don't, like I said, I don't judge people, but when stuff like that happen, you start having to judge people. You feel what I'm saying? Cause like I told you, my door got kicked in, and in those same apartments, bro, it was dudes robbing. Bro, this dude had just moved in, right?
hmm
And like for a week, robberies was going on right after he moved in. Need I remind you that one morning I woke up, we heard this girl getting robbed the night before,
Damn.
right beside my apartment. Like she yelling, you hear somebody like, "Give it up, bitch!" Like give it up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. So me and my neighbor, we standing outside the next morning, and Buddy walk up, and we tell Buddy like, "Hey man, y'all be careful. Somebody out here, you know what I'm saying, robbing people." Bro, the
Golly.
man that we told that to, he was like, "What? That's crazy, right?"
Huh.
Like 3 days later, this man on the news for killing somebody, robbing people. This man was robbing people. We talked to this man, telling him be careful.
And
I didn't. I ain't gonna say I showed him my pistol, but I had my pistol on my shoulder when I was talking to him. Cause shit, I'm not about to move funny. You tripping if you think I'm gonna move.
right.
No, not with that going on. Anyways, that's gonna have me paranoid. But I feel like the only reason he didn't is because
He
when I
knew.
get out the car at night, bro, I ain't gonna say I just be having it like where people can see it, but it's in my hand. You know what I'm saying? You not about to. I know where I stay at, so I know I gotta be cautious, and I know how I'm moving, how I'm dressing, and how I look got to do with a lot of the attention that's being brought to me, the negative energy that's being brought to me.
Right.
But that's not gonna stop me from being me. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Damn right.
just cause you got a problem with how I dress, or you feel
See
like,
how I move.
or you feel like I got something that you want, that's not gonna stop me from being me, bro. Like you either gonna take this shit from me, or I'm gonna die defending it. But
Right.
you ain't just finna walk up and come easy with that shit. And the night my dog got kicked in, my dog was in the house. And I'm pretty sure when they kicked it in, he was barking. So It was a big motherfucker. My dog got killed by a security guard in the apartments. Like,
Damn.
I watched my dog get shot in the head, and he didn't even attack that security guard, but that's a whole nother
So,
story.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
something
yeah,
I ain't
yeah.
gonna get into because I'm pretty sentimental about my dog. R.I.P. Taz, but
I
yeah,
understand,
man.
bro. It's like you got this thing about you. That's why I think you interesting because you got this thing about you where it's like you had this mental resilience
Oh, for sure, for
to
sure.
you feel me like to
Yeah,
think people throwing shade on you because I'm big on energy too. The way I see it is like the energy that you put out is the energy that people gonna receive.
yeah.
You walk out the door in a good mood, people gonna feel it. You know what I'm saying? Now
Already.
how they choose to
I mean,
translate that
you
is
gonna always run into bad energies, but you gotta. It's about your energy, man. I wake up every morning and I tell myself I'm gonna have a good day, so I'm gonna have a good day, regardless of what you try to throw at me. Not you directly, but to the person that's trying to destroy my day. What you trying to throw at me, you're not gonna fuck with me, cause I'm not gonna let you. Like at that point, I'm ruining my day. Cause stress is a killer, bro. Like I know for a fact. Like I watched one of my homeboys have a heart attack at 24. It's crazy how stress can work, bro. Like, and it's so silent. It's so silent. But he
I
used to
believe
be
it.
happy every day and had a heart attack because he underlying stress, bro. Like that shit fuck with your mind. You can't just let it build up, bro. You gotta find some kind of release for that. You gotta find. Everybody has to have a release for their stress.
That's the same, and that's like that goes into the whole channeling thing. You know, you got to channel that energy, even if it's negative energy. You need to figure out a way to construct that into something that you can make
Right.
productive. You feel me? Like keep yourself thinking in the right space because like to be and I'm gonna keep talking about this shit because it's like it's real, bro. You gotta understand mental illness is rampant, been around,
Yeah.
but a lot of people don't talk about it because it has a negative stigma attached to it.
For
If
sure.
you're mentally ill, get away from me.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like nobody's addressing it the way that they need to. You got people like Joe Rogan who's just kind of now talking about it. I listened to a couple of his podcasts, bro, and he talk about good stuff and he talk about his life. But like when he started talking about mental health in one podcast, I was like, like he actually touching on something now
Right.
because I think about the philosophy of mental health. You understand? Like that's an experience of how people really think and how they really feel. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that we do is learn behavior. You know what I'm saying? You got the genetic side to it, but then a lot other side to it is you got, it's a learned behavior, bro. So if we're all walking around, going around, watching TV, social media, and it's getting planted into our minds that we're thinking, oh, this person got a mental illness. Let me back up. You know what I'm saying? Let me get away. That ain't
Yeah.
the right way to
Right.
address it
I'm.
because you know why.
Yeah. I feel that. My mama growing up, I kinda see what you mean because I was odd growing up for a minute, but my oddness was kind of accepted. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was because of who I was connected to or what, but coming up, I eventually grew into this person that everybody started liking, and it was like I was weird at first. You feel what I'm saying? Like I got a job at 16. All my partners was playing football and hooping. And I was athletic, but I wasn't athletic to the point to where I was just shining. So I was like, if I can't shine this way, I'm gonna shine another way. And I started dressing up every day. I had every pair of Jordans you could have. You feel what I'm saying? And my homeboy put me on there. Like me and him grew up from babies together. Like we went to Head Start together, and he kind of put me on the shoes, and from there I grew into this cool dude. Everybody knew just to be real cool, and I ain't really bother people. Like I went into the violence. I went into the streets, but all my homeboys was. and I was always seen with them, so it looked like I was, but I never was. I was just chilling. I was just chilling, man. So I feel like it's all about what you grow up and what you start getting into, because most people with mental illnesses separate themselves from the world.
But it
And
ain't supposed to be like that.
right, and what's crazy, my homeboys knew that I took medicine and shit, and they used to make fun of me, but I guess you can say I had the mental resiliency to be like, yeah,
Yeah, fuck you.
you
I'm
know what I'm
doing me.
saying? Yeah, but I'm still me, and that kind of got me through life. I kind of use that as a fuel to be this person that I was, cause me being on the medicine, they used to know, and I'd be funny, and it was like I don't know how to explain it. Like I had my homeboys used to know when I didn't take medicine, cause I come to school acting crazy, like hyper, real hyper. You take your medicine today?
But see, you never got a chance to channel any of that.
No.
You ain't never had a chance. You know, I had a when I was a lifeguard, bro. They had like I done been around a couple kids that was on that same medication, and then you got that Ritalin. You got all these things that
Ritalin, Folklin, Adderalls. It's all kinds of stuff. But I honestly had the chance to channel my energy in the military. Real talk. Like
so
I was singing cadences and shit in the military, bro. I was leading platoons, singing. Real talk. Like I got a chance to channel all that energy. Like I stood out. I used to head up, chest out, man. Like it helped me eventually, because in the military you can't take medicines like that. That's sedatives. They look at that as sedatives. Like that's gonna slow
it's
him
interesting.
down.
So you saying military? They view these prescriptions as something totally different than
Right.
what
I mean,
civilians
you think about it,
look
bro.
at
A
it.
person with high energy is very capable of stuff in the military. They not gonna look at it no kind of way. Like they not gonna be like, oh, you got diagnose you with ADHD. No, you're a normal person. You got high energy. We'll put it to work. If it's not through push-ups, it's gonna be through whatever you doing. Cause either you fucking up or you moving right.
That's crazy.
Simple as that. That's how I go in the military. Either you fucking up or
But
you
that's what we
moving
do
right.
though, as in America. But see, we're falling in. Let me tell you why it's gonna be a problem. Eventually, the lines are gonna be too blurred to the point where if I feel like you got a mental illness, I think you a problem. That's already how we feel. You know, when
Yeah.
we see somebody that do that, you know, with the gun violence, you see somebody like that, just hearing the word now, you know, like you're a problem.
Right.
But nobody having conversations about how to address these problems. You know, you want to prevent gun violence. How about you get inside the person's mind and understand what brought about that, you know, that irrationality, that behavior? It's a learned behavior.
Yeah.
If you get your ass beat from childhood to adulthood, chances are you're going to want to inflict that pain on somebody else.
No,
Why you
facts.
think boxers are so hard? You know, especially
Yeah.
African Americans.
Mike
Like,
Tyson definitely said he said he used to think about, I forgot what he said, bro, but he used to think about something. And he used to channel that when he fight. Like that's how angry some
he had
people
a
can
whole
be, bro.
ego, and it's like it was so strong it became like a whole nother different person for him.
Right.
So it's like he took. I see what you're saying. He took that, and then when he unleashed it, you got to see, you know, in that moment. That's like, you know what I'm saying, I mess with boxing. You know, I enjoy the sport, and I'm learning every day, bro, because it's like it's a good outlet. Like it's a good
Right.
channel. You know what I'm saying, for people who want to exercise or people who need to be mentally challenged. You know what I'm saying? It's a good way to not only be humble, but it's a good way to learn and have this confidence for yourself that you like, all right, I can do this. I can go through this adversity. If you can go through boxing, it's a lot of other things you can deal with because being physically challenged translates into mental health because you had to go through something in your mind
For sure.
to get you to that place where you accomplish that goal. You feel me? So that's something that you can take with you and teach your child.
Oh, really?
You know, that's something that you could,
Definitely teach him to be strong.
You
Got
feel
to.
me? Because
Got
like
to.
you said, they have people that'll take bad information. They gotta kill themselves because they can't handle, or they gotta kill somebody else because they can't.
You just gotta
Whatever.
teach people how to focus. Like you gotta teach people how to not even teach people. You just gotta show people how to take in stuff, take in negative energy and turn it into positive energy. Cause everybody everybody is capable of it, but some people mind won't let them be what they want to be. You know what I'm
Bro, I
saying?
didn't even know I was capable of murder until a couple of months ago when somebody had tried to break into my shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm talking about my apartment. I'm sleeping. Right? And then
I
something
ain't gonna
told me
lie,
to.
you threw me off when you said you was capable of murder. I thought you said you caught a whole body, fam. Like, I'm over here like,
So it.
you done kill somebody?
So the
Real
feeling,
talk.
bro, the feeling just like. So I'm just sitting there like, bro, like I really wanted to defend myself and I guess go there because I never had that happen to me. Like I didn't have somebody break into my shit before, but I wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? The difference is I was asleep
Yeah,
and I had heard something made me just wake up.
telling you that's when my dog got kicked. That's how it sounded like. It sounded like thunder, bro. It sounded like thunder. I heard a, then I heard a. I was just like,
That's the feeling.
and my dog, and I realized that my dog was sitting on the bed, bro. Like he on the bed
He didn't.
shaking.
Yeah, he was
Like
like
he want to get out, but he can't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what's going on? I went back to sleep, bro. I really went back to sleep, and I woke up in the morning and was like, bro, my dog got kicked in. Man, it was crazy.
So I'm pacing. You know,
It was
I don't know
crazy.
how to deal. You feel me? So I'm pacing. I'm like, man, because the thing is I saw this dude. I
Right.
saw his face. It was some random dude. You feel me? So I'm seeing this dude, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to. So I'm as he's coming through the door, I'm running to the door. Now it probably not have been the smartest thing to do,
Right.
but I'm really emotional. You feel me? So I'm running towards the door, trying to like, you know, face this dude, and he take off, flying down the stairs. I'm chasing him.
Yeah.
You know, I'm chasing him, but I didn't go. This is when my common sense started to kick in. I decided to slow it down because I really didn't know what was going on.
Right.
You know, I had just woke up, so I started thinking. I was like,
I'm telling you, man. When
you
you
know,
sleep, bro, you think you dreaming. I thought that shit was a dream. And when I woke up, I was like, damn, bro, I could have got anything
anything
could
could
have
have
happened to me
happened.
last
Anything
night.
could have
Like
happened.
somebody kicked in and he had a big ass foot, bro. This man was big. Whoever he was, he had a big ass, he left a shoe print. He fell in the mud and everything. Fam. Like he had a big ass foot. And I don't know what he wanted that night, but that was a big man, or he had some big ass feet. One,
Maybe it's
whatever it
good that we
was.
both got our doors kicked in because now that I done been through kind of like what they feel like, just the jump.
Yeah, the thrill, that adrenaline. I ain't even gonna say the thrill, the adrenaline of that, bro. I didn't go to sleep for like the next 3 nights. I was paranoid, like sleeping with the pistol in my hand, like oh, I hope somebody.
But
And
see,
to
I
this
had
day,
started
I
tripping.
still haven't stopped doing that, bro. Ever
Yeah,
since that
I started
happened.
tripping. I'm gonna be honest with you because like I look at people different. Now, you know, I get to that mindset where it's
That's
like
what
I
that's
can't
what I
trust
was
nobody.
saying. You have to be judgmental. You gotta be judgmental because if you don't, bro, if somebody find a weakness in you, they'll use that against you. Like and if you show people that you weak, they use that against you, bro.
It's sad because some days I want to walk out the door, not look like I'm the one that's not to be played with. Why I can't walk out the door and have my guard at least halfway down to the
Right.
point where it's like I shouldn't have to worry about nothing. But I see what you're saying because, you know, you really got people like that. When you look too carefree, when you look like you somebody who they can prey on, they'll try it. They'll try that.
For sure.
But I see what you mean. It's messed up. What you think about Biden, president? What you think about gas prices? You mentioned that earlier. What you think
Gas
about?
prices is fucking high. My car only take premium, so that shit hit my pockets every time I put gas in my fucking car. But I don't really got no worries about Biden. You don't got nothing
You
nice to
voted for
say.
him? Be real.
No, nope, I didn't. I didn't. I ain't vote for Trump.
Me neither.
I didn't vote.
Me neither. Me neither.
I didn't vote, bro.
But see, everybody gonna shake their heads and go, But you know what? I'd rather have not had voted than to be the one who voted.
I mean, honestly, if you want
This
me
was
to
the
be
best
real,
time to
I'd
not
have
vote.
voted for Trump.
Oh,
If
yeah?
I was to vote for somebody,
You would have.
I'd have voted for Trump. But
You know,
I'm
he
not.
told the
I'm
truth.
not. I'm just not into politics, bro. Like I'm
You
not
know-
trying to sound short minded or tunnel vision, but either way that shit go, it don't change what's happening. We still go through that shit. Is just a recycle, bro. Gas prices go up, they go down. Motherfuckers fuck us over and then give us shit to bandage those wounds because they don't heal them. They just bandage them for a little minute and open them motherfuckers right back up. But when you
know
get
why you
into,
feel
I
like
was
that?
in the government, bro. I was in the military. I know they don't care. They gonna do what they gonna do. Regardless of what you say, they look at people as property and they gonna treat it as such. They gonna treat it how they wanna treat it. So
But was Trump the answer? Because I ain't gonna say the
mean-
answer, but was he the better choice? Because
he definitely
he
made,
knew
he definitely made America.
he knew
better.
what was gonna happen. No, he said it. He said it. He was like, "You gonna get some high gas prices."
He definitely made America better, bro. Everything Biden doing, he was against.
Bro, he fell off the bike. You saw that? Like
Who, Biden?
Biden
Yeah.
was bicycling, but he didn't fall off while he was riding. He had stopped, and then he just, you feel me, like just fell over.
Because he gonna croak over one day.
Bro, he can't be doing that. But at the same time, like, it's just like, it's kind of like symbolic.
Right.
It's symbolic because it's him. That's him falling. You know, but
Nah, that was just a clumsy ass dude. How buddy stop in the middle of the street and just fall like
yeah, that's what
just
happened,
fell
bro.
over like
He
you too
fell.
old for
He
that
too
shit,
damn
man.
old.
If you can't ride no damn bike, get your ass off the bike. Real talk. Why you on no bike if you can't ride it? He probably was tired though. Looked
he
like they was
tired.
working his ass, man.
Yeah,
Looked
he
like they was
tired.
working his ass.
We know you tired, Biden. I didn't vote for him, so I can say that. I can say that I wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't buy into the narrative.
What narrative?
The narrative behind free tuition, the narrative behind
You
promised
saying
a
all
lot.
that shit that he was
promised a lot.
Yeah, Trump promised a lot too.
Yeah,
Everybody promised a lot. Promises ain't shit. Real talk. I got promised a lot when I said I was gonna get in the military. I ain't getting none of that shit. I got promised a lot in my life, and I ain't getting none of that shit. I got some promises, but
but for the
for
main
the most,
part,
yeah, promises ain't shit. That's just some feel good.
nothing is free.
Some feel good
Why can't
words.
people feel like? Because ain't nothing free in this economy. You know, whatever they say. Because that's what he said. He was like, "I'm gonna put he gonna call it a gas price holiday or some shit, and everybody gonna pay low gas prices for about a month. Are they gonna get a rebate? I saw that too. Like you might get a rebate in your next tax break, but they gonna get that right back. They gonna get there. They already got it.
Bro, they
So
getting
it's
all them stimulus checks that they sent out back through gas.
You son 40.
And
He son 40
increasing
billion.
the price of food and shit. You need gas and food and shit to survive. So if I increase these prices to get this money back that I lend to you, I'm gonna get it back. Even cause I know you gotta survive. So I'm gonna tax on what you gotta eat to survive. And I'm gonna tax on what you
He
need
shut down the oil
to maintain.
and he man, bro, look. Let's be honest. Biden life is more important than yours and more important than
No, it
mine.
ain't. No, it ain't.
That's how he feel. That's how he feel.
Well, fuck how he feel.
Shit.
Sorry, disrespect the president, but
Well,
that don't have anything to do with what I got going on.
because he want to take
Because
away your guns,
at the end of
but
the
he
day,
gonna keep
bro,
his gun.
you don't have control over that. If they can do that right now if they want to. They can do that right now. Just think about it, bro. They can do that right now.
But they want
if
you to
want
think that people, anybody who has a mental deficiency or mental illness is violent is not the right way to go about that. And I really do feel some type of way about that because now you're not really addressing the problem the right way. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
you just
they
stick
kind of
you,
are though, because if one person can go into a rage with a gun, what mean the next person can't do it? And if everybody continue to do it, eventually, you know what I'm saying, they gonna take it away and look at it like y'all don't need these. Y'all can't.
well, it's like this. I see your point and then I say to that point, I go, all right, but let's start from scratch. Why not? Well, let's start from scratch because anybody can do it, especially if it don't get handled. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you just watch somebody, you got all these different cities, right? You got all these different inner cities who have all these violent crimes. Why do they do that? Because they let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because they keep these people in the projects. They keep these people in a concentric zone to where all the rich people move out. They keep the crime on the inside, right? So I'm not saying they let mass shootings happen, but the way that we deal with them, the way that we deal with the person and the action,
Yeah.
to me, is all unprofessional. Like all of it. That's what I'm saying. It's all kind of like there's a disconnect on both of those issues. You feel me? Like, so not only are we not handling it right by going in and completing the
But
mission
you also
objective.
gotta realize the times that we going through. You see what I'm saying? Like, we at a point where generations meeting odds with each other. Like, you got the old trying to teach the new, and the new not accepting what the old saying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole generation of people that's trying to change the world, bro. That's why
Well,
the world
everything-
changed. Like,
But everything in the world, and you can't stop some things. And what I mean by that, like, okay, everything is clickbait nowadays. Nobody got the attention span to read a book. Nobody got the attention span to, really like go through a long period of learning something. Nowadays, I want it fast. You got information at your fingertips, right? So it's good that we got this technology, but it's also demoralizing you from a human interaction point of view. So you can't get those social cues that you need. Now you becoming more socially awkward. So how you gonna deal with somebody's telling you from an outside source this person is mentally ill, and the first thing that pops into your mind is, you know what I'm saying, violent and dangerous. Now, like you said, that might be true, but that's not all that's what's to be talked about. There's so much more that goes into why he's violent and dangerous. You
Right.
feel me? Like,
for sure.
you have to actually address the things
issue.
that led up to this. You
Yeah.
want to stop people from buying guns who are mentally ill, right? But you just finished saying, like, who's to say that you deserve a gun? Who's to say that, you know what I'm saying? So it gets subjective, bro. It's not a perfect system, but it's something. So why not actually, okay, I'm not a therapist, but at least I'm smart enough to know, like, all right, having conversations opens up those doors to where you can think about, okay, this is how I think about this or that. Like, somebody would have had a conversation with, and they've done it before, bro. This ain't nothing new. Like, there are people in school, teachers who see certain kids out there who have these signs, like they've been socially isolated,
Right.
or they just don't fit in. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them kids. You feel me? Like, even though I went to a small school, I knew everybody, I was always a part of the other group. That's where I felt most comfortable because what everybody else was on, I didn't feel interest in it. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody would have introduced boxing to me, or martial arts or something like that, I probably would have dove in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Yeah, for sure.
But I had to figure out a way to channel my energy into something that was that I thought was
and
interest.
that's what I had to do when I went to the military, I had to figure out a way to channel my energy because when I got in and I seen everything that was going on, I was thrilled. I was like, hell yeah, I want to do this shit. Let's do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I got into it and I really started doing it and had a slip up. And when I had my slip up, I never channeled back into that person that I was. I became this dark person and I went through a lot of shit. I even became homeless, bro. Like, just be honest, like I was sleeping on my homeboy floor where a dog used to lay. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, like it wasn't that's how crazy it had got. Like, I was really in a situation where I couldn't even, you feel what I'm saying, control my own. I had to call my mama and get a bus ride home. I went home. I was in the military for 3 years, bro, and I went home the same way I left.
It's saying a lot.
And I came back and became a whole nother person. Like, I really didn't change my life till I got till I found out my son was on the way. I got my CDLs 2 weeks before my son was born, and made it. Actually, my son was born February 27th, and I got my shit February 14th. But yeah, bro,
Dang, bro.
it changed. It changed my life. It changed my life. Being homeless really made me
It's
kick.
almost like you going through all of those, uncomfortable challenges. It was, and you survived them. That's the part that, like, I'm seeing. It's like you found a way to survive. It's almost impossible situation. So since you survived it, it made you way better, way
Yeah.
better. So I feel you. You know, it's great. It's good, bro. That's really good. That's real good.
Real talk. Stay strong.
Already.
All you can say.
I wanted to talk to you about because I heard that you be on Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I heard that's up. That's
Yeah,
your
bro.
cup of tea, bro. So
Yeah, bro. I be playing the fuck out of Grand Theft Auto. Be in the crib.
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on the next one, bro. But
For
look,
sure.
let me ask you this. All right. So we didn't got to the point.
That was that little bone you had to pick.
I had to.
Uh,
I had to. We still gonna go there, but
yo,
but we run out of time. So like, all right. Up to this point, would you say that you taking more wins or more losses regarding your mental health, regarding just your
shit,
life?
more wins. Cause regardless of what you say, every loss is a win. You learning from it. So, like I said, bro, it's perception. In reality, it's perception of how you receive reality. So, you either receive it with positivity or negativity. And for me, I'm receiving it with positivity. And I'm going to take what I can and I'm going to gain from my losses. That's how I'm going to win.
The choice is yours.
For sure.
Learn something new. It was good having you on, J Dog. I'm gonna mess with you again.
Already.
This was Posted Reality. We'll be back. It's a bet.